Except where them hands, where them holes, where them throws, you know what I'm saying? Cecil.
Along the lines of red flags that I don't agree with in the martial arts, this point that was made is that you should beware of a teacher who says, no, you're attacking me wrong. Now, I don't see how in the world that is a problem. How am I going to demonstrate a response to a technique if you don't give me the technique that I'm trying to respond to? You know, I can't demonstrate a response to a choke if you're going to punch at me instead of choking at me. Okay? And sometimes they're trying to demonstrate principle. Like a perfect example is if somebody tells you, now, if someone's pushing on you and they're putting all their weight into it, don't try to oppose the force. Turn to the side and shove them along so that you're using their strength and their momentum against them. Now, that's not going to work if you don't give them momentum. Do you see what I'm saying? They're trying to get you to react to somebody that's overcommitting in that example, and then you don't overcommit. They're not telling you something's wrong. They're telling you to attack me this way so I can show you how to respond that way. And when people do that to me, that's why I know some people will go, oh, it's phony. I'm not attacking them wrong. You are attacking me wrong. You're not demonstrating what I'm trying to get you to do. Here's one place where people really do this. It's with wrist grabs, right? If I say, okay, tonight we're going to go over wrist grabs. What I would like to do is show you how to work from simplest wrist grab to more complicated wrist grab. Okay, simple escape to more complicated escape. Then we can go into, if they're in front of me, if they're behind me, if they're trying to grab me, grab the wrist and punching me at the same time. Then we can go through all that. But I can't have you do the more complicated thing if you're not doing what I showed you first. Because some techniques that we teach you, when we try to teach the name of a technique, it is in a response to a particular type of attack. So if I say, I'm going to show you how to do Kotegaeshi. That's one of my favorite wrist locks, right? And then you're going to grab me in something where Kotegaeshi wouldn't make sense. Where I'd have to force the technique. I have to tell you, stop, okay, grab my wrist like this, and what I'm going to do is come up and come down. Especially if I'm like trying to link it to part of the forms where I say if you're doing June B, this motion can be used to go into Kotegaeshi. Don't worry about it if you don't understand what I'm talking about. This motion can be used to go into the wrist lock. I'm trying to show you how it does that, and then you grab me with the opposite hand. I'm not going to really go into Kotegaeshi with that with the right hand. I probably have to go into it with the left hand and twist you over. Then you won't see what I'm doing, and then you don't learn what I'm talking about. Okay? This is just a simple retort, so I'm just going to go ahead and say a couple things more close. You know, some examples like, how can I teach you to defend against a knife if you're attacking me with a stick? How can I teach you to defend against a stick if you're attacking me with a gun? How can I teach you to defend against a gun if you're attacking me with a baseball bat? Not that we're using something fake to symbolize a real thing because we don't have the weapon. But if you're swinging at me like this with a bat, that's not the same type of motion as pointing a gun at me and pulling the trigger. So that's why we tell you you're attacking me wrong. And another reason we may say you're attacking me wrong, attacking me this way, is because if you really want me to demonstrate the effectiveness of what you did rather than what I asked you to do, I might hurt you because you don't know how to fall and you're too stubborn to not fight against the technique. You got yourself so bound up to where if I just sneeze, I'm going to break your hand, I'm going to break your wrist, I'm going to throw you, and you don't know how to fall. So that's why it's not a red flag to look for. It's somebody looking out for your safety, okay? And somebody trying to explain something to you so you can get it. So and I'm going to say this, so this can be about the series. If you think that makes me a bad instructor, then I'm not the instructor for you. But it's also not a red flag in my opinion. It's just somebody that's looking out for you, trying to teach you properly. So, thanks for watching this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Share this with people who like to talk about the martial arts. And I'm going to start giving out some shout outs to new subscribers. And in this one, it's really basically going to be a lottery system. This one, The new subscriber I want to look out to that I saw today. No, this was yesterday. The new subscriber I want to give a shout out to is Tony Tommy Torres. Welcome and thanks for being a supporter. Peace.